Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Mittman, and welcome to In This Corner, the weekly sports magazine show that takes you where the action is. You want action? You're looking for excitement? Well, you're going to find it right here tonight. We're going to be talking about some exciting cards of pro wrestling coming to the area, and this place is literally buzzing with action, teeming with excitement. We've got pro wrestlers and managers and all kinds of celebrities locked away in different dressing rooms throughout the building. Action is ready to explode. Even I do not know what's going to transpire tonight. So don't touch that dial, because you just may miss some real excitement. We'll be right back to get all the action underway right after this.
B.O.
Welcome back, everybody. Part number one of tonight's In This Corner, and people are going to be coming in and jumping out, coming in and jumping out again. As I mentioned at the top of the show, even I am not sure everybody that is here and who isn't here, but I'll tell you one thing, we're going to find out in the next half hour. All right. Some people that I know are here, at least for a little while. We're going to talk to them. To my left, they call him the king of rhythm and blues, the former member of Elvis Presley's Memphis Mafia, one of Elvis's men, and he's down there still performing with Elvis's band and doing all kinds of great singing. But now, if you remember from our last show, he's still got that urge to become in sports, to be back in sports. He's now has become a professional wrestling manager. We welcome back the one and only R.J. Colton. Great to have you back.
Mike, it's a pleasure to be back on your show.
You're looking well, and I was just reading some literature that Elvis's drummer wrote about you. Mr. D.J. Fontana called you the greatest thing in rhythm and blues since Elvis and Carl Perkins and Jerry Lee, and that's quite a compliment.
Well, Fontana feels, and I feel the same way, Elvis was the king of rock and roll. He was the greatest. But Fontana feels I'm the king of rhythm and blues.
All right. We mentioned the last time you were here on the show that you had a new discovery. For those of you that may have missed the show, we're going to set that up for you. Again, you were an ex-boxer. You've done just about everything. You wanted to be back in that ring. You told me that you had a discovery that was going to shock everybody, and that you were going to be a champion manager in the sport of professional wrestling. Let's tell everyone out there a little bit about your discovery.
Well, see, I'm a third-generation coal miner. And I had gone down, I told you, I went down to Virginia when the coal miners were on strike. I went down to visit my brothers, give them a little moral support. And I told you I met a wrestler down there. This is my wrestler right here. This is the coal miner. I promised I was going to bring him on the show. I get scared when I feel his muscles. That's from shoveling that coal all day, going with the pick. This is my man right here. I said I was going to bring him on your show. Here he is. See, this guy I met down there, he went down. He's based in Philadelphia. He's moving up to Hazleton, my hometown now. He's coming back to the coal regions where it belongs. But he worked in the coal mines in Beckley, West Virginia. I said he was from parts unknown. I kept that for the show.
All right, we're gonna talk to you, to the coal miner. You've got all kinds of equipment that you're coming in here.
He's got them right here.
Well, first of all, I want to say it's indeed a pleasure to be back here in southeastern Pennsylvania. You know, a lot of people have been saying, where did you meet R.J.?
My, you carry this around with you?
Well, whenever I need it. You know, a lot of people have been asking me, where did I meet R.J.?
You don't take this in the ring with you, I hope.
Well, you never know. You know, I was down in Beckley, West Virginia, working the coal mines, doing a little bit of wrestling. And when I was down at Camp Solidarity, I met this fine man, R.J. We became real fond of each other. I started going to his concert. He came to my wrestling matches. And we got a friendship going here, which is real.
Brotherhood. Coal miners are brothers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, we're all brothers. We all stick together. And let me tell you something.
It's my man right here. He's going to be a heavyweight champ.
We got a friendship here, really.
You talk about
powerful.
Service Electric Cable TV was founded, Mahanoy City, we're in Hazleton and Scranton and a lot of the coal mining regions. So I'm sure many of our, fans can identify, with your background. It's really great to have you on the show.
Well, it's indeed a pleasure to be here. I want to tell everybody, I'm making a move. I'm coming up to Hazleton.
I heard about, RJ was telling me a moment ago and before tonight's show that you're going to move to the Hazleton area.
This is where I'm going to make my home. I mean, Hazleton, as I say, southeastern Pennsylvania being just all home to me. I come back up here to hunt, and this is where I love it. This is where I'm at home.
All right, we have our sources on the show that stretch nationwide. Sometimes in other countries, we find little tidbits out. And I understand you have a hold that is sort of patented that you and RJ have been working on, if I'm correct, called the Coal Crusher. Perhaps you can tell our fans, and we like to talk about different wrestling holds and maneuvers, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about this Coal Crusher.
I'm going to tell you one thing. You're right, the Coal Crusher, but Mike, in all honesty, I don't want to reveal exactly what it's about because of future matches that I have coming up. I don't want to reveal this to my opponents. So let's just keep it. They'll find out eventually.
See, you know, coal comes out of the ground, it's big lumps in that, and then it goes in a breaker and it gets crushed.
Oh yes, crushed, Mike. And I'm telling you, my opponents, this is a perfected hold, and I'll tell you, I'm proud of it.
All right, a little later on, we're going to be speaking with the president, Mr. Bob Augustitis, from the Galaxy Wrestling Federation. Good man, good people behind Galaxy. They talked me into doing some things on tonight's show that I did not want to do, but to go along with them, we try to accommodate people. But I understand we have Mr. D.C. Drake with us tonight. He's been banned so many times in the show. The only way that I would agree to even let him come in the studio.
Mad Dog, RJ? Yep, Mad Dog, yeah.
Mad Dog is right, but Galaxy did bring along armed security guards, and they are here, they are armed, so we, don't expect any trouble. But I was wondering if perhaps we could have you stand by with this thing that,
I'll see what I can do to help out,
case.
Mike. Anything you want, Bob.
We could perhaps write DC Mad Dog Drake's name on this if we need it. There's a guy that you may be meeting down the road.
That's always a possibility in professional wrestling, Mike. As you know, man, anything can happen.
But this guy is...
Yes, I've seen a lot of his matches, man. He's had some unbelievable matches, stretcher matches, I quit matches, but this man keeps on going.
My boy fight anybody.
Anybody.
Because to be the champ, you got to fight everybody.
Anybody.
All right, I want to talk. You're going to be in action coming up on Saturday. You're going to be in action. That's Saturday, February the... Sunday. Let's make that Sunday, February the 24th.
2 p.m. show, I believe.
No, this is in Orwigsburg.
Okay.
Going to be in Orwigsburg. That is Saturday. I'm all right. Saturday, February the 24th.
I know it was him, RJ.
Orwigsburg Memorial Auditorium in Orwigsburg, Pennsylvania. We know it's a 7 o'clock. The doors open at 7. Matches begin at 8 o'clock. We have a lot of pro wrestling fans, throughout this whole area that want to see this card, a great card going on at Orwigsburg Memorial Hall. Just some of the many great matches. The Galaxy Wrestling Federation heavyweight title match will be up for grabs. Bam Bam Bigelow taking on Abdullah the Butcher. And in a television title match, this is one that I know everybody was going to want to see. Chief Jules Strongbow meeting the returning Paul Orndorff. Mr. Wonderful will be there. And matter of fact, it was Joe McHugh who is with us tonight. A little trivia for you.
Living legend.
The living legend, yes, indeed, that gave him the name Mr. Wonderful. We'll tell you that. Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful, coming from Joe McHugh. And in the women's division, the World's Women Championship will be up for grabs. Rockin' Robin, the champion, will be defending against Heidi Lee Morgan. Heidi Lee is supposed to come on the show. As of now, she hasn't made it. We got a phone call a little earlier having car troubles. If she gets here before 8 o'clock tonight, we're going to quick whisk her in and put her on the air. Alpha the Wild Samoan will be there. He always causes excitement wherever he goes. DC Mad Dog Drake will be meeting Larry Beach Boy Winters in a dog collar chain match. If ever there was a match that was perfect for DC Mad Dog Drake, believe me, it's only a shame they have to take that dog collar off. They should keep it on him 24 hours a day. That's just my opinion, but I'm sure you will agree with me on that. There's going to be a $25,000 battle royal over the top rope. for 25 grand with some of the biggest names in pro wrestling, the Leopard Mask and the Cheetah Kid, teaming up to meet the Rhino Powers, Miko and Nico. And you're going to be meeting, the coal miner will be meeting none other than Iron Mike Sharp, Canada's self-proclaimed greatest athlete. I don't know how they really feel about him in Canada, if he is Canada's greatest athlete, but at least Iron Mike says so.
Iron Mike Sharp, I'll tell you something. I respect Iron Mike Sharp. I've got a match with him, but I'm going to tell you this. He may be Canada's strongest or greatest athlete, but I'll tell you something. I truly believe, and so does RJ, that I'm the better wrestler.
Okay, and of course you will be unveiling that, excuse me, you will be unveiling the Coal Crusher. This will be Iron Mike's very first look at that, and the fans' very first look at that. Did you develop this working, actually, the story goes, you developed this actually working in the mines, working with the coal? Is that how it came about?
It's a, let me tell you something. It's probably, the people don't realize this is probably one of the hardest jobs going today. There's a lot of risks involved, but as I say, getting involved with still being a professional wrestler, I wanted to acquire a name for it where people will never forget it when they see it, and this is why I developed this one.
All right, that great card, once again, February the 24th, that's Saturday night, the Orwigsburg Memorial Auditorium in Orwigsburg, and then the next night, that would be Sunday, I will add one day and make that Sunday, February the 25th. Coming back to a great area, Shamokin, Pennsylvania, the Shamokin Gymnasium. It's an afternoon show, doors open at 1, the matches begin at 2 o'clock. You'll see some of the greatest names in pro wrestling. Nikita Koloff will be there. Mr. Wonderful will be returning also on Sunday, if he's able to, after meeting Chief Jules Strongbow, I should say, is Saturday. The JYD, the Junkyard Dog, will be seeing action on Sunday afternoon. He'll be taking on none other than a gentleman that we've had on the show several times, a rough, tough customer, Outlaw Ron Bass. You'll be seeing, again, the coal miner will be seeing action on Sunday afternoon in Shamokin. D.C. Drake will also be there, and another great card in Shamokin. And again, you're going right to the heart of the coal country.
I was just going to say, Mike, I hope everybody, all the wrestling fans, come out and give us that support, especially my brothers, the coal miners, to root me on. Right, RJ?
They'll be there. They'll be there. Coal miners stick together. They'll be
Absolutely.
There. We're going to give them a chance.
You'll see. You'll see.
Coal miners never got nothing but black lung. We're going to give them a chance.
All right, and I want to mention also on that card, Sunday the 25th, in Shamokin, Pennsylvania, the Shamokin Gymnasium will be Colonel De Beers. And again, these are some of the names that I'm mentioning, but you know RJ, on your behalf, as your manager, I understand, signed an open contract that really you're able to face, and they will be able to put you against any one of these names and about 200 others.
That's what gets you to the top of professional wrestling, and I am looking for the World Championship, and this is how you're going to get there, with open contracts to everybody, Mike. I'm right here.
All right, RJ, any special matches or special plans down the road where you would like to see, you know, the coal miners' progression go? Or are you just taking it one step at a time and then going from there? Any names that you have your sights set on?
We wrestle anybody. We have an open contract. You know, we're going to take it match at a time and go slow. You don't build a champion getting excited. You've got to start and just work your way, nice and slow. We're going to take them all on. And he's going to be the champion.
It's a slow process. You go fast, you make mistakes.
All right, and I just want to take a moment. Your career is also, you know, going great guns between the wrestling manager. You still are not abandoning even for a second your singing career. It's busier than ever.
People may not know what the heck is sitting here, man. This guy is dynamite. Man, I've heard him. He's great.
We're going to be up in Hazleton at the Philharmonic Center March 17th. And March 18th, we'll be in Shamokin Auditorium, at the high school auditorium. I'll be there with the Elvis Presley Band. And we have a young girl singing with us now. Her name's Paula Joe, and she used to be with the Dell Vikings. This is the hottest rhythm and blues country western show the world's going to see. This show is skyrocketing.
Well, I hope to get up there and to be with you again. And, of course, DJ Fantana and Charlie Hodge and all the Elvis gang. And good luck to you. We're certainly going to follow your career. Now you have a bodyguard that you can take with you.
My man, right there. My man.
They're not going to crash the dressing room for sure. All right. Again, I want to thank you, RJ. Always a pleasure. We'll have you back.
Mike, it's always a pleasure.
We're going to see you
Mike,
in
thank you.
action real soon. Good
Oh,
luck
yes.
to you. We're going to be following your career very, very closely right here on the show.
You bet.
We'll be right back with plenty more action right after this.